Hello and welcome back to ADK Aquatics, and today we are doing another species showdown, this time between Bristlenose Plecos and chili Rasboras. Here we have our two contestants now. This species showdown is between the smallest fish and the largest fish we've ever had, with chili Rasboras reaching a maximum size of only 3/4 of an inch, and Bristlenose Plecos maxing out at 6 inches. Today, our contestants will be judged on 5 categories: BIOLOAD, color, compatibility, sexing, and personality. Let's get into it. Bristlenose Plecos will be judged on BIOLOAD first. Bristlenose Plecos are a grazing fish species. They are constantly looking for food, be it algae, leftover fish food, wood, or anything else they find. This causes them to create a ton of waste and therefore a lot of bioload. Bristlenose Plecos are an omnivorous species, which means they eat both plant and animal matter. Since more ammonia is created from the protein that is gotten from eating animal matter than plant matter, this causes them to have less bioload than a carnivorous pleco species, but more bioload than a primarily herbivorous pleco species. All things considered, bioload-wise, the plecos will be given a 4 out of 10 for their high bioload. Now chili Rasboras, their bioload is hardly noticeable, as they eat very little food and create very little waste. This allows you to keep larger schools of them in relatively small tanks. That is why they will get a 9 out of 10 for bioload. The next category in this species showdown will be color, with chili Rasboras going first. When you first take chili Rasboras home from the store, they frankly look quite awful. They look pretty much clear with just a few black dots on them. This is because they are very stressed and young when they are at the fish store and they aren't very colored up. But once they get used to your tank water, over the course of about 4 to 6 months, they will slowly get more colored up. And after they are fully colored up, they will look stunning with their bright reds and oranges. This is why they will be receiving a 9 out of 10 for color. Bristlenose Plecos, on the other hand, are hard to judge for color. There are about 10 different color or style morphs for Bristlenose Plecos right now. This creates a problem as there are many different options of colorations and styles to choose from. So I will give them a 9 out of 10 for color, the same score I gave guppies, another species with lots of color morphs. The next up is compatibility, with Bristlenose Plecos going first. Bristlenose Plecos are, for the most part, a well-behaved community tank citizen, but they will sometimes fight with other bottom-dwelling fish if your tank doesn't have enough hides, space, or there isn't enough food to go around. I've noticed that Bristlenose Plecos usually don't fight with tank members until they are more mature. So if you have a younger Bristlenose Pleco, everything may be fine for a year or so, and then one day all of a sudden your Bristlenose Pleco will be attacking your Siamese algae eater or other bottom-dwelling fish. For these reasons, Bristlenose Plecos will get a 6.5 out of 10 for compatibility. Chili Rasboras, on the other hand, are very compatible with any fish that won't eat them, which is quite a few fish because they are so small and most fish eat whatever can fit in their mouth. They will become snacks for many of the larger fish that you might want to keep them with. This is why they will receive a 7 out of 10 for compatibility. Now it's time for our next category, sexing, or the ability to tell male from female. Chili Rasboras will be going first for this category. Chili Rasboras sexing is fairly difficult because they are so small, which causes all of their differences to be more subtle and harder to notice. The way you sex them is the typical way to sex most Rasboras, with the males being smaller and more brightly colored and the females being slightly more dull colored and more plump. They will receive a 4 out of 10 for sex. Bristlenose Plecos are very easy to sex once they get fully grown, because males have a ton of bristles all over their face, hence the name Bristlenose Pleco, while the females have way less bristles on their face. This makes sexing an easy job when it comes to Bristlenose Plecos. They will receive a 9.5 out of 10. We are now at the last category of the species showdown. Personality. Bristlenose Plecos will be going first. Bristlenose Plecos are in the middle range of personality in my opinion. They aren't very interactive, but they do seem to show some individuality and character. This is why I will give them a 5.5 out of 10 on personality. Chili Rasboras, however, will receive the standard schooling fish personality score of 2 out of 10, as they are schooling fish with little interaction and personality. The final score has Bristlenose Plecos winning with a slight edge, with an average score of 6.9 out of 10 to the Chili Rasboras 6.2 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.